Channel Banglar Sultans. In this video, I'll take you on a journey through one of the world's most famous mysteries in history. The Lost Colony of Roanoke, America's first mystery. Before there was Plymouth Rock, before Jamestown, there was Roanoke, the first English colony in the New World. It was a dream of glory that vanished into silence. What happened on that lonely island off the coast of North Carolina remains one of the greatest mysteries in American history. The dream of empire. The year was 1584. England was restless, hungry for power, trade, and new lands. At the heart of this ambition was Sir Walter Raleigh, a courtier of Queen Elizabeth I, young, daring, and ambitious. Raleigh wanted to plant England's flag in the New World, to challenge Spain's growing empire across the Atlantic. With the Queen's blessing, he organized an expedition to a mysterious, fertile coast described by sailors as a paradise across the sea. They called it Virginia, in honor of their virgin queen. The Island of Promise. In 1585, Raleigh's men landed on Roanoke Island, a quiet stretch of land between the mainland and the Atlantic. They found green forests, clear waters, and the Algonquin-speaking people, native tribes who had lived there for centuries. At first, things went well. The English traded with the locals, building small houses and forts. But as food short and tensions grew, relations soured. By 1586, hunger and hostility drove the settlers to abandon Roanoke. Only a few months later, English ships returned to find it empty. It seemed Roanoke was not meant to last, but Raleigh refused to give up. The new beginning. In 1587, a second expedition set sail. This time, not soldiers, but families. 117 men, women, and children. Among them, Eleanor Dare, the daughter of Governor John White. She carried a child inside her, making her the symbol of new life in a new world. In August, the settlers reached Roanoke once more. They rebuilt homes, planted crops, and tried to make peace with the local tribes. But the neighboring Secautan and Croatan tribes were wary. Tension, hunger, and isolation grew once again. Still, the settlers held hope. On August 18, 1587, Eleanor gave birth to a daughter, Virginia Dare, the first English child born on American soil. The colony cheered, but beneath the joy was unease. Supplies were running low and storms were brewing at sea. Governor White decided to return to England to seek help, promising his people he'd come back soon. The long delay. John White left Roanoke that autumn. He expected to return within months, but fate and politics had other plans. England was at war. The mighty Spanish Armada threatened invasion, and every available ship was seized for defense. White pleaded with Queen Elizabeth to let him go back, but he was forced to wait. 3 long years passed. By the time he finally sailed again, it was 1990. When his ship reached the Carolina coast, the island looked strangely still. The Vanishing. John White stepped ashore on a silent Roanoke. The houses were gone, the fort was gone, No sign of struggle, no bones, no graves. Only grass and sand reclaiming the past. Then he saw it. Carved into a wooden post was a single word: CROATOAN. And nearby, the letters CRO cut into a tree trunk. White's heart raced. CROATOAN was the name of a nearby island, home of friendly allies. It was the only clue he had. But before he could search for them, a fierce storm rose. The wind tore at the sails, and the captain refused to wait. White was forced to turn back. He never saw Roanoke again, and the 117 men, women, and children, including his daughter Eleanor and his granddaughter Virginia Dare, were never found. Theories and ghosts. Centuries have passed, but the question remains: what happened to the lost colony of Roanoke? Historians have offered many theories. Some believe the settlers were killed by hostile tribes. Others think they starved or succumbed to disease. A few suggest they built boats and tried to sail home, only to vanish at sea. But one theory stands above the rest: that they assimilated with the CROATOAN people, joining their tribe and becoming part of their world. Later settlers claimed to see Native Americans with gray eyes and English features. Could these have been the children of Roanoke? No one knows for sure. Even today, archaeologists search the islands hoping to find tools, pottery, or bones, anything that could whisper the truth. Echoes through time. The story of Roanoke became more than a mystery. It became a mirror of America itself. A dream born of hope and courage, yet haunted by loss and unanswered questions. Virginia Dare, the child of that lost world, became a symbol, appearing in books, poems, and legends as the spirit of the new world. Some say on moonlit nights you can hear voices on the dunes of Roanoke, a lullaby, faint but clear, as if a mother still sings to her child across the centuries. The final reflection. The lost colony of Roanoke wasn't just the first English settlement in America. It was the first great American mystery. A dream born of hope and courage, yet haunted by loss and unanswered questions. The lost colony of Roanoke wasn't just the first English settlement in America. It was the first great American mystery. A promise of a nation, born in courage, lost in silence, remembered in legend. Perhaps they didn't vanish. Perhaps they simply became part of the land they dreamed of claiming. Maybe the first Americans were not lost, just transformed. This is the story of Roanoke, where America's first dream was swallowed by the sea, but never truly died. Dedicated to the 117 settlers of Roanoke, the first and forever mystery of the New World.
Thank you for watching. Keep in touch for more fascinating historical stories from around the world. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to Banglar Sultans.